We're here with Peter Mohn from m1nd-set, and I'm going to ask Peter some questions about value and what the consumer's perception of value is, or more importantly, isn't. Peter, you've come out with some fairly dramatic research where you've suggested that really that we have a bit of a problem as an industry. How much of a problem do you think it is?
I think it's a significant problem, and it's a growing problem, because as we all know, traditionally travel retail comes from saving money, and we are going away from that in quite big steps, so we have to offer something different. And also the online, the e-commerce aspect is a very, very strong competitor to what we are facing, and we therefore have seen that the value perception is something that is crucial to our industry. And we think this is where we have to focus on to improve.
But I mean, as much as we might all be very happy going down the travel retail route, or not, as the case may be, depending on what your view is, the consumer doesn't care about that. I mean, if the consumer goes into a shop that's still got duty-free written over the top of it, they think they're going to get saving. So, I mean, are you saying that people are disenchanted? Because it seems to me that the penetration level would indicate that.
Yeah. I think we have to differentiate a little bit. There are certain segments who will just buy something for a price advantage. There will always be people like this, which is fine, and we can also offer that in our industry if you look at certain categories. But then there are also people who really buy because of convenience. They don't have time because they're on a business trip, or they don't feel like going downtown shopping. I'm one of those, so you know, it's a really convenient place to do some shopping. And the third one is, which is very important, is this: to find something different, something unique, something that's travel related, and that's something what we should offer. And also a certain value which can come through the sales advisor, to getting good advice. There are many, let's say maybe in more third world countries, where there might be much more fake products in the domestic market. And many people here think that if I buy something in travel retail, I'm sure it's not a fake product.
Such as China.
Exactly, yes. And it's also maybe in Latin America the case. So this is really a good asset. And many people say, well, if I go and buy beauty in Asia at an airport, I find all the products there. And I know they are all real products, and I get great advice. It's a nice atmosphere. I'm in a traveling mood. And that's where we have to go, to have this value-added, safe consulting and advising, and a nice atmosphere, and also to be able to, of course, to buy different products that you can find domestically or online.
One of the things that I find very interesting about your research is that you look at disposable income levels, and I mean, would you say that there's a big gap between younger people and say middle-aged people?
There are gaps, but these people have different motivations why they shop.
Okay. Interestingly,
a big part of blue-collar workers and people who have quite a low income, they do spend quite much of their budget at the airport, because they find, let's look at, for example, people who are working in the Middle East and travel back to their home countries. Let's have a concrete example. That's where they find the products and the opportunity to buy something to take back to their families. And they spend quite much compared to their income. But of course, they might buy bars of certain confectionery, and people know that. That's why it's also being offered. But then you have others, of course, who want to have more luxury products and really pay a few $100s for a product. So it's a big range and very, very different attitudes and expectations, depending on income and their objective.
It's not a happy number, though, is it? I mean, when we talk about 25% below, you know, I mean, that, I consider that to be a bit of a problem. I mean, we've got to do something about that, surely. Otherwise, there's going to be a disconnect between the retailer and the airport, because this model's not going to work, is it?
No, it's not. No, and it has to improve, and that's why it's important that we keep on questioning ourselves, keep on innovating. And I think that's a little bit of a problem in this industry, that too many years we have been just relying on the numbers are going up and things are going well. And now in the last couple of years we see it's not happening, and we have not been reinventing or questioning ourselves in the way we should have. And I have the feeling now it's happening more and more. maybe it's a little bit late, but anyway, better than late than never. So it's good to change.
But there is a direct correlation and path, isn't there, between a low penetration rate and a retailer's ability to pay a rent based on a higher.
Right.
I mean, they just don't work together, do they?
They don't, no. No, and that's why it's so crucial to understand why so many people, more than half, don't even enter the shops. And what I personally find even the worst, that many people go into the shops, but then they don't buy anything. That's even, that's around half of the people who go into the shop and they don't really purchase.
So what you're saying is the hard bit is that they're actually going to the store.
That's what I personally think.
But then it doesn't turn into a purchase.
Yes, because they were looking for something unique. They say, well, this is something I can find downtown too. Why would I buy it here? Or I didn't find really that the value was really that good. The price perception was not that positive. And then that has to be compensated away with different things. If it's a nice package, it's a great gifting, it's something exciting, it's a good environment, that can motivate people to buy. But it's really, if it's nothing special comes out of it, because people go in there to kill time, to browse around. And that's when you have to catch them and to excite them, to make them, motivate them to purchase. And I think that's the biggest chance of those people who go into the shop but don't buy anything. We miss out of those. There will always be people who don't want to go shopping or they're stressed. But those people who go into the shop to increase that conversion rate would be really, really, for me, the easiest task.
And you've talked in your research from time to time about the need for local products to be featured more regularly. The response that you've had from many people in your surveys says that this is what they want to see. So we need to do a better job there, don't we?
Absolutely, yes. And some retailers do a great job in this. Just maybe, for example, just in South Africa, there are the great shops with local souvenirs. Of course, many people travel to South Africa because of the local, and they go there on holidays, etc. So it's an easier airport in the sense, or airports. But the shops there are fantastic. But each country has something special, something unique.
Of course.
I mean, I live in Switzerland. There's special things about Switzerland. And this should be demonstrated in the shops, that people feel, well, I'm in Switzerland. I'm not anywhere in the world. I feel that I'm in Switzerland. I see these products that are related to it. And this, every country, every airport can provide this kind of feeling, unique atmosphere, and they should do that. As
much as you and I might like to say we're experts, this is not you saying it. This is the people you're researching who's saying you this, isn't it?
That's our job. We're just reflecting what the people are saying.
So we need to work harder at that, don't we?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Peter Mohn, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.